What's up, everybody? It's Real Estate Nate. Today, guys, I'm filling out a real estate contract. I'm about to buy our apartment complex, and I wanted to use this opportunity, guys, to show you guys how to fill out a real estate contract, right? Because maybe some of you guys have never done it, and I just thought, I'm gonna do it right now. About to buy a complex. I'm about to send the contract over, so why not show people how to do it? Okay, because that's why not, right?
Go to investorthrive.com right now to check out some of our free training on how you can make money as a real estate investor, or schedule a time with me so we can chat about our mastermind mentorship and how we can help you learn how to wholesale nationwide and grow your business.
And guys, by the way, today's been a tough day. I'm just going to be real. I'm not the happy usual guy that I am. Just shooting you guys straight, but I'm doing this because I got to keep working. You got to push through, but I'm going to show this, and I don't want to get all sentimental on you guys or anything crazy, but pray for my wife, pray for my dog. My dog passed away, unfortunately, today, and I love my dog, best dog ever. My wife raised him, from a little baby. So that's why I look kind of like not pumped, but yeah, tough for us all. I pray for my wife, man, and for me too. I mean, it's sad, but I just want to let you guys know, because if you're gonna watch this video, you're gonna be like, "Why is Nate not pumped?" Right? Well, stuff happens, right? And it's really sad, but yeah, tough for us all, man. I appreciate the support, but yeah, guys, unfortunately, you gotta keep going, And again, this is not a pity party. I'm not on here so you guys feel bad for me. I'm just letting you know, got to work, and I want to show you guys how to fill out a real estate purchase agreement, because I'm literally, about to do it, and I think that would help you guys out, and that's what I'm all about, is providing value. So let's fill this thing out, and then you guys have a good weekend. Pray for us. Pray for my dog. He's in heaven. Love my boy. All right, guys. So let's do it real quick. I'm going to walk you guys through how to do a contract if you've never done one. I usually use DocuSign, but this thing is called PandaDoc. I don't know if you guys have never heard of PandaDoc, but it's pretty easy. So basically what you do is you just I took a real estate purchase contract that we use, and I just uploaded it into this file, up as a file. Super easy. And then you pick who you're going to email it to. So I was going to email it to me, and we email it to the seller. Okay. So let's start from the top. I already filled it out, so it'd be quick, guys, but this is how you fill it out. So ours is just a regular real estate purchase agreement. It's not state approved. It's just one that we got from an attorney. It's battle tested. It's a great contract. It works for us. This contract is it's made today. So all you have to do is bring over the date. And if you go over here to my name, you just drag over date. So that's what I did here, and I picked the specific date. All right. Seller one would be me. I'm not the seller, so I would put the seller's name. So I'm going to fill out his full name. I'm just going to put that just to show you guys, and I'm going to walk you through the contract so you guys know how to walk someone through an agreement if they have questions. Usually I do this with the seller on the phone. I walk them through the agreement, but I know this seller. I'm going to send this over to him. We've already, talked about it, hashed this out. But I'm going to walk you guys through it so you know how to address these issues and walk someone through a contract. So then you put the address. I'd put my address because I'm buying under my LLC. No, sorry, this would be the address of the seller. And then this is and the buyer, which is me. I'm the buyer. So I'd put me, my LLC, and then my address. So right under here, number one is the purchase and sale. The seller agrees to sell, and the buyer agrees to buy the address of the property that you're buying. Okay. Right here, purchase price, pretty simple. I'm putting the purchase price of the apartment complex I'm buying right here. Let's just fill it out, right? That's what we're paying around that. Well, that's what we're paying for. Terms, there's no terms in the deal because it's just straightforward. It's a cash purchase. Okay. So prorations. Okay. So this is I'm talking to you guys. This is how I talk to the seller. So I'd say, hey, let's go through this contract really quick. As you can see, it's got our information. It's got the address. It's got the purchase price. There's no specific terms because we're just buying it as is. Prorations. That just means that you're going to cover the taxes on the property while you own it. And then when you sell it, all the taxes are up to date. There's no defects. Number 5 is there's no defects in the property. No zoning, environmental hazards, substances, health code, issues. You're just letting us know there's no defects. The sellers usually say, okay, there's no defects. Okay, then you say, okay, number 6, no judgments, no liens, no. Okay, possession. So we are obviously going to take over possession once we close on the property. Okay, the seller says that's fine. Okay, inspection. And by the way, I don't read this with the seller, word for word. I just kind of go over it. And if they have a question, I stop. I address any questions, any concerns. So then number 8, I just say, okay, that gives us the right to do an inspection. We're obviously going to give you a heads up if we need to do it as we're going to do an inspection. We're not just going to show up. They say, okay. Contingency, this just means that, obviously we have the rights to back out of the agreement if, we see that you told us the house is red and we go and it's blue. This is just to show us, to protect us in case, you didn't disclose all the information. We have the contingency to back out. I mean, I'm upfront about it. Risk of loss, that just means if we agree to purchase the property and then a tornado hits it, something crazy happens, then obviously we agree to buy something different. That would be risk of loss. Acceptance, that you can put a date in here. I usually put non-applicable, NA, because they signed the agreement with me while I'm on the phone. So that's, I don't really have that, but I'm putting it on this one. Earnest money, you put a certain amount of earnest money down. Usually if it's a wholesale deal, you want to put down as little bit as possible on buying this. That might not even be a lot, but I explain to the seller that, hey, look, I'm putting down my earnest money after our due diligence period is over. I'm either going to buy it or not. I can put a ton down. I'd rather not, because I usually have to, pull my money out and pay interest on it. So, if anyone ever has a concern about earnest money where you put 100 or 500, just say, listen, I'm paying cash for this after the due diligence period. If it's good, I'm going to be closing like a week after, or so there's really, we don't really put a ton down because, we're going to buy it or we're not. Okay. And I'm not going to tie you up. So they usually say, okay, that makes sense. Now, if you're going to hold their property up for like a month or two, then yeah, I get them wanting more earnest money. But the way we do it is we just say, hey, look, like I said, I'm putting the earnest money down after the inspection. So, just to make sure everything's fine. I don't like putting my money down and then canceling, then have to get my money back from escrow. You can explain that. Usually this is never an issue. I never really have to talk about this, but that's how I explain it. Closing, I always say 30 days, or if you need more days, I just say 30 days from the seller signing the agreement, okay, by 5 o'clock. Okay, so this is where it gets into, specific, not contingencies, but specific bullet points. So buyer agrees to buy the property as is. Okay, so you're buying the house as is. That's why we didn't have anything in the terms. I'm not asking them to do anything. I'm buying it as is. Contract subject to acceptable appraisal. We never really get an appraisal. I tell people that, but we just say it's an agreement. Buyer to pay all closing costs. We're going to pay all your closing costs. Buyer may assign or otherwise transfer any of the buyer's rights, title, or interest in the property to someone else. So I tell people that sometimes I buy properties in my LLC. Sometimes I buy ones in LLCs I create with business partners. Sometimes I assign it to someone else. And that's where the wholesaling clause comes in. Now, if anyone has a problem with this, if you're talking to a seller and they're like, whoa, I don't like that, then you can say, okay, well, I'm not planning on, wholesaling this one, right? Because I'm buying this. But if they have a problem with that assignment clause, you can address that and say, honestly, like I work with business partners and I like to have this in there in case we open up an LLC together and I buy it with multiple people. This allows me to do that without having to sign another agreement. If they still don't feel good about it, be like, well, look, I specifically am going to work with someone that I know on this agreement. So I'm going to put their LLC specifically in there because that's who I'm working with. So that's a way to get around the assignment clause. If they don't feel comfortable about it, you can say, hey, I'm assigning this to a specific LLC, someone I'm working with. This is not just someone random. Okay. And if they're still skeptical, then you can just take it out. And then just, when you do find someone, you can say, hey, I'm going to need to add it. I'm bringing a partner in. And if they're like, no, once you have a partner, that's completely not, logical. Like if they want the deal done and you got it done, then, you can add it later. This is never a problem either because you're open and transparent with people about what you're doing. I'm buying it or I'm working with business partners to buy it. Not a problem. Okay. This is not a problem. Okay. Again, I'm going to stress it. Not a problem. Don't worry about it. And if it is a problem, talk about it. Be normal, address the situation, address the concern. In the event that the buyer defaults, what do? You get our earnest money. If I, after due diligence period, don't buy it, you obviously get my earnest money. Pretty simple. Seller agrees that by signing this, they're agreeing to sell it to you. Okay, great. So this clause right here enables you, if they sign it and they try to back out the day before closing or, just try to back out and sign with someone else. This clause right here allows you to file an affidavit of memorandum, and then they're agreeing that by signing this, they allow you to do that and saying, yes, I'm agreeing to sign this. I mean, that's normal. That's normal. Like if someone's agreeing to sell your house, they're agreeing to sell you their property. By the way, guys, I'm not an attorney. I'm not like giving you legal advice. This is just how we do it. So I have a question on here, but I will address that. I'll address that once I'm done. So the next thing is number 15 is time is of the essence. I just say 15 times of the essence. We have the time allotted to us to buy the property, and that's what it means. Buyer's disclosure, marketing. We have this, and I tell people that sometimes we pre-market the property before we close on it, just so we can have some buyers ready in case we want to sell it immediately. People never have a problem with that. That allows you to market the property if you need to. 17, buyer's disclosures. This is the clause that allows you to mark the property up, make a wholesale fee, or invest and them not be upset with you if you make money. You told them right here, hey, my goal in here, the buyer disclosure is I'm an investor and I'm purchasing the property with the intent to make a profit. That's what it says. So you're telling people up front, like, hey, that's why I'm doing this. Like, I'm not trying to pull any wool over your eyes. I'm an investor. I'm trying to make money. So that's why we're, doing this. So they're like, okay, if they get crazy and they try to back out of the contract, or you invest money into the property, you do something and they try to back out, this clause is just there to protect you for attorney fees. Like if they try to sue you, I think there might be, something in here that just says like, they're liable for the cost of you and your attorney and theirs if they do something funky. Number 19, seller acknowledgement. I explained, hey, this seller acknowledgement means that you acknowledge and I acknowledge that we are working together. No one was forced to work together. And then prohibition. I don't really know exactly, never really dived into what this means. It's a simple line. This agreement establishes a prohibition against transfer, conveyance, or encumbrance of property. I could think that just means you can't transfer the property to someone else. But again, never had too much of a question. Now, guys, I don't like, I'm explaining this to you guys. I usually go over this pretty quickly. And if there's any concerns or any questions, I stop and I address it. I love reading the contract with sellers because there's nothing to hide. Okay. I don't want to send this to them and then just hope they sign it. I want to send it to them and read it with them. Again, this is my friend. This is someone I've worked with before, so I don't need to read it with them, but showing you guys that when you talk to a seller, you need to get them to sign the agreement with you on the phone or in person. So any roadblocks, concerns, any deal killers that come up, you are addressing them right there. You're hearing their tone. I usually do this over the phone with them, by the way, since we're doing a lot of virtual deals. So then all you do is you drag this field over, signature, date, and that's it. Then you send it off. I sign it. He signs it. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy. Okay, guys. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. I'm buying an eightplex. I'm pumped. It's going to cash flow. We're excited. We're going to update it. Guys, you just got to make offers. And like I told you guys at the beginning of the video, things get tough. Life is tough. I didn't really honestly think life was that tough until I got older, but there's a lot of that happens and you just got to keep going. I mean, this ain't a pep talk for any of you guys. I'm just saying, like, don't give up, keep working hard. Things happen. I do have some questions that came through, so I'm going to answer these. So it says, do you have experience with Prime Corporate Service in Salt Lake City? Do you have holding companies? So I do have experience with Prime Corporate Services. I do recommend them. I can send you a link, and if you use my link, you get a discount if you go with them. You get a good deal. Okay, so that is I do work with them. Okay, I had another question, and do you have holding companies? I do not have holding companies. Okay, what company do you use to wholesale? So I'm not sure what you mean by what company I use to wholesale. I use my LLC, and my business is LLC to wholesale, but that's pretty much it. So I don't know if that's what you meant. But anyway, guys, it's the weekend. I want everybody, prayers are going out to everybody. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Like I said, life can hit you in the gut, but you got to keep going. And and hopefully, what I just showed you enables you guys to take action when it comes to signing contracts. Because guys, like everything I do from here on out, if I haven't, is I want to enable everyone that sees my stuff to go and take action. Okay. That's why I have videos. That's why I do what I do. It's not to like flex or make you guys like, I don't know, think I'm cool. I don't care about that. I'm just giving you information that I'm doing as I go. And I'm like, hey, take action, guys. I don't want you to watch my stuff and think it's cool. Go, anything that I'm doing, you can do too. Okay. You can go out and do it. Go make money. Go make offers to sellers and get stuff done. Because that's why we're all in here. If you're watching my stuff, you're probably wanting to take action. So I just showed you how to fill out a real estate purchase agreement, how to explain it to someone. Very simple, nothing complicated. Go find yourself a deal. Have a great weekend. Don't give up and believe in yourselves. Let's go. Later.